Tonight, we are learning more about the man who's accused of killing 3 people on the University of Virginia grounds. This happened last night. UVA student Christopher Darnell Jones Jr. is behind bars right now. An all-night search for this shooting suspect ended just before 11 o'clock this morning in Henrico County.
Yeah, that's when police say Jones gunned down fellow students as they returned from a field trip to see a play here in D.C. The 3 men killed were all members of UVA's football team. You can see them right there. Lavelle Davis Jr., Devin Chandler, and Deshaun Perry.
So tonight, the school and the community in Charlottesville are left grieving and asking the same question all of us are. Why?
Yeah.
Why did this happen? We've got an entire team dedicated to this story tonight. Delia Gonçalves is with us in the studio to help us learn more about the 3 victims. But we begin with Matthew Torres, who has been live on the grounds in Charlottesville all day. Matthew, certainly a somber day for the Charlottesville community and for students there at the University of Virginia. What have you been able to find out?
Hey, so just within the last 30 minutes, we are learning from the UVA president that he is canceling classes again for tomorrow. And this just comes 3 hours after the fact that they have cleared this scene, including removing that charter bus where 2 of the 3 victims killed were found inside. That suspect was arrested about an hour and a half away from this scene, closer to the Richmond area. But tonight, again, the biggest question from the community is why? One bullet hole in the window of this charter bus where just before 10:30 Sunday night, a gunman opened fire on board, killing 3 UVA students and hurting 2 others. UVA President Jim Ryan identifying the students who died as Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis, and Devin Chandler. All 3 were players for the UVA Cavaliers football team.
This is an extraordinarily difficult day for our community, and we need to comfort and support each other and those closest to the victims.
Officials saying the shooting happened after the bus, carrying about 25 students, returned from a class field trip to watch a play in D.C.
Someone amongst them chose to do an act of violence.
Police accused 22-year-old UVA student Christopher Darnell Jones of firing the shots. He was a former football player for the school. Officers on the lookout for his vehicle arrested Jones without incident, more than 70 miles away just south of Richmond, ending a tense 12-hour manhunt.
It was relief for everyone. I mean, it was relief, but still that didn't change the hurt. That didn't change the tremendous loss the entire community is feeling.
Xander Tylock taking this picture of the chairs piled up to barricade the windows and doors of his classroom. Roughly 500 students were ordered to shelter in place.
They sent the notification that was like, run, hide, like fight. So we're like, oh my God.
Audrey Barnes capturing this shot of the scene as the victims were being carried out. She and a friend hid in the nearby library.
Learning that it was a UVA student against like other UVA students kind of feels like an act of like betrayal.
Classes, facilities, and businesses across from campus closed for the day. An eerie and unusual sight from a normally busy school community, forced to deal with a senseless act of violence.
It is still weird. You didn't think it's something that could happen to you until it does happen to you.
And tonight we know that there are 2 victims still in the hospital. At last checked, one is in good condition. The other is in critical condition. Right now, officials are not releasing their names. The president says, though, they are working to make sure they honor the victims sometime soon. The suspect is facing 6 charges. Among them are 3 counts of second-degree murder. That's the latest here on the campus of UVA. I'm Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
Yeah, so much trauma for this entire community there. Matthew, thank you.
So Virginia's top elected leader, Governor Glenn Youngkin, is calling for prayer and support for those impacted by that deadly shooting at UVA.
Yeah, today he was asked how the state should react to the violence that claimed the lives of those 3 football players. And here's what he told reporters.
The circumstances and the facts and the series of events are still very muddled. And there's a lot of work to do to understand exactly what has happened. And until we have that, I think it's premature to even suggest a course of action. Just ask everyone to come around them, come around those students, come around the other students that were impacted, come around the entire university. It's a chance for us to come together and really pray and support one another.
As we just heard from Matthew a second ago, classes are canceled tomorrow again at UVA to give time for the students and faculty to grieve their own.
Yeah, and tonight we're learning more about the 3 young men killed in that shooting. Our Delia Gonçalves joins us now. And Dee, we know you spoke to the dad of one of those victims in what I'm sure was a very tough phone call.
Absolutely. It's one of the hardest parts of our job is reaching out and trying to connect with a grieving family member. So just about an hour ago, I spoke to Lavelle Davis's dad on the phone. It was a short call, just about 3 minutes, but an emotional conversation where he described his firstborn child as a remarkable young man and a diamond in the rough. Thaddeus Davis tells me he got a call from police around 1:30 this morning with the news that no parent ever wants to hear. Your child was shot and killed. Police say 20-year-old Lavelle Davis of Ridgeville, South Carolina, Deshaun Perry of Miami, and Devin Chandler of Virginia Beach lost their lives last night around 10:30. The three young men were star football players for UVA, talented, bright young men with great futures ahead of them. Police say those student athletes were shot on board a bus just as they returned from a school field trip to see a play here in D.C. The college football community is mourning this incredible loss.
Our hearts and our prayers go out to the city of Charlotte, University of Virginia, Coach Tony Elliott and his football team.
It's a painful reminder of how fragile life is and how important it is to always tell those people you love them.
In the last 30 minutes, Virginia's head football coach Tony Elliott put out a statement on Twitter saying in part, these were incredible young men with huge aspirations and extremely bright futures. Our hearts ache for their families, their classmates, and their friends. And I have to say, I just hung up with another friend of Lavelle's. We reached out on Instagram. She called me. She was very heartbroken and said she's never dealt with anything like this. She's in shock. All her friends are traumatized. She says that Lavelle's goal in every game that he played was to make his family proud and his teammates as well. Adam.
It's just so heartbreaking to think about how that trauma just breaks through everyone from the families to the friends and then the folks who are on the grounds there at UVA as well. This for those families just the worst day of their lives. Delia, thank you.